For a second consecutive night, we're inside the PE Center for Marian University basketball as they take on conference rival St. Francis of Fort Wayne. Marian enters as the number 5 ranked team in the country, and a win tonight would guarantee them the outright league championship in all 3 conference tournament games here at home. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with starting lineups and opening tip-off from Indianapolis as you're watching Crossroads League basketball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Is your building haunted or infested with icky snakes? Then tear it down. The Raised Trash Demolition Squad can flatten buildings up to 3 stories tall. Whether it's a commercial or residential structure, the Raised Trash Demo experts will make it go boom. And with their roll-off containers, they'll haul away the mess quicker than you can say, hey, there used to be a building there. Bring your old fire trap to its knees with Raised Trash.
RaisedTrash.com.
Raised Trash.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with 0 sugar. This is the Pepsi with 0 compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today at marian.edu.
After an outstanding piano edition of
Wasn't that
our
awesome?
national anthem, here's more awesomeness for you. Here's the public address voice of the Marian Knights, Mark Cardosi, with tonight's starting lineups.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for the Cougars of St. Francis. At guard, a 5'7" freshman for Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 1, Emily Parrott. At forward, a 6' junior from Tipton, Indiana, number 4, Cassidy Crawford. At guard, a 5'9" senior from Greenwood, Indiana, number 5, Sydney Crow. At forward, a 6'1" junior from Albion, Indiana, number 20, Malia Kunkel. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore from Granger, Indiana, number 22, Reagan Pate. The Cougars head coach in his 7th season is Jason Ridge. Ladies and gentlemen, starting lineups for the St. Francis Cougars. And now, the starting lineups for your Marian University Knights. At forward, a 5'11" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 42, Kennedy Gerard. At center, a 6'4" senior from Columbus, Indiana, number 10, Imani Guy. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 1, Jayla Weiner. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore from Brownsburg, Indiana, number 25, Allison Bossy. Rounding out the night starting lineup is a 6' sophomore guard from Danville, Indiana, number 13, Ella Collier. First year, Steve Brooks.
Head coach of the Marian Knights, Steve Brooks, and Steve has a challenge he has to deal with during the course of this season, and that is playing a game without Abby Downard. So if you're familiar with the Knights, those are the starting lineups. It was Jayla Weiner that gets the nod over Abby Downard. Abby is not going to play tonight, kind of a late decision due to a back injury. This is the second time now in 3 weeks that Marian has missed a 5th-year senior. 2 weeks ago was Imani Guy due to COVID-19 issues, and now Downard a no-go tonight for Marian.
I know I'm bummed, I can tell you that. She brings a spark, much like Stewart does for the boys ball club. But hey, you know what? Give her some rest, get her ready down the stretch, and here's what makes Marian really special. They can go to their bench and not hurt her much at all.
It is one thing, though, that Steve Brooks does a little bit differently than, say, Scott Heddy on the men's side. They do not go very far to their bench. They will play 7, maybe 8 tonight, unless this game gets out of hand one way or the other. As we reference, there you get a look at Coach Brooks, who's looking for his 590th career victory this evening, a 2-time national champion at Indiana Wesleyan. With a win tonight, Marian has the outright league championship. By the way, it would be their 40th consecutive victory in Crossroads League play. That is a league record. This was a 10-point game when these two teams played back in January. It was a 4-point game going to the fourth quarter in Fort Wayne. But Amani Guy makes a difference on the first possession, and a steal by St. Francis to make it 2-0.
Well, look for St. Francis to come in here, play loose, and really try to steal one.
So Emily Parrott knocked the ball away from Jayla Weiner. Again, she'll get the point guard nod tonight. She was in the starting lineup in place of Amani Guy a couple of weeks ago. And Ella Collier immediately attacks the rim, and Ella will shoot 2 free throws. And you made this notation in the pregame warm-up, just the eyeball test. It's a St. Francis team that starts 6 foot and 6'1", but they are noticeably smaller across the board than is Marian.
Yeah, it could be a real matchup issue for them. Well, I'll tell you, how well has Ella Collier been playing of late? Yeah, she just makes all the difference when she is on. It just opens so much even more where it's difficult to double down on Guy.
Collier 94% from the free throw line on the season. So both teams score on their opening possession of the quarter. Here's Malaya Kunkel, part of a state championship team at Central Noble. Kennedy Gerard gets yet another block. She had 7 in the victory against Taylor a couple of weeks back. She's had 20, now 21 in her last 5 games, including this one. Catch and shoot 3 with the shot clock winding down. Another good board, and Parrott picks up the loose change around the bucket.
Well, pretty good start for the Cougars.
Emily Parrott, a freshman from Carroll of Fort Wayne. Won their sectional last year, did Carroll. She averages 8 points, 4 rebounds a contest. Here is Allison Bossy. And Bossy immediately on the drive, and gravity is her friend on that one as it rolls into the rim. Bossy, former Indiana All-Star from Brownsburg High School. So 2 trips and equivalent of 2 buckets for these two teams. This is Crawford, leading scorer out of Tipton High School. It's dribbled off her footer or Gerard's. The answer is the former, and that is the first turnover of the game by St. Francis.
Well, the staple for Marian has been all year is their defensive play. Currently ranked 16th in NAIA, giving up just 55 points, and that clearly is what really starts this ball club.
Full court man pickup here by St. Francis. Marian is now getting in their set with the shot clock at 16. Here is Gerard, who really upped her game when Guy was out of the lineup a couple of weeks back. Junior from Pike. Shot clock being counted down. Collier probably passed up a good-looking shot. Gerard takes it. Ball tipped away from Guy, but Weiner keeps the possession alive. Now Gerard will again bypass the 18-footer. This is a Marian team that plays more kind of a classic old-school half-court game. It's what they have from a team standpoint. Bossy looking for contact, not on the shot, but on the cut to the basket, and couldn't get the shot to go. On the dive, Weiner gets the takeaway. Now it's a foot race to the other end. Weiner didn't get her steps right, but she has the eraser and Amani Guy, who then missed the putback opportunity. So missed opportunity by Marian. Three from the wing does not go, and Collier with the rebound. And immediately Steve Brooks says, slow down.
Yeah, this is a ball club that really likes to be half-court oriented. They'll take a transition when they can get it, but their bread and butter is motion in the half-court, Greg.
As much as you can slow down in the 30-second shot clock era, Marian tries to do that.
They do indeed.
It is a post touch every time down or a drive to the basket like you just saw from Bossy. Put back try by Kunkel, and she is fouled. And 2 free throws coming up here for St. Francis.
Well, the problem you have is if you don't slow down in that half-court set, Guy becomes less effective, if you will. But in the half-court, it goes inside, outside, and that's what, if she's such a matchup issue, that's what really makes Marian tick offensively.
Rachel Rayford getting an earful from Steve Brooks as Kunkel connects at the charity stripe. Kunkel, the second leading scorer on the season for St. Francis at 11.5 points a game. 74% from the line. The Cougars enjoying a 2-point lead. It's a Marian team that struggled on the road at Goshen on Saturday. But eventually got the job done to get their 14th consecutive league win this year, 20th consecutive win overall. And Guy is fouled, and again, great recognition by Gerard because of the switch. Guy was being guarded by a 5'9" player, and that's a win for Marian.
Yeah, that's a prime example where that you can force that matchup issue into play. Really a good set by Marian to isolate Guy down low.
Good look at the senior from Columbus North High School. Began her career at the University of Southern Indiana. She has now gone over 1,000 points in just her career here in 3 years at Marian.
Yeah, she's been so special to this program.
And again, Guy and Downard are two players that are taking advantage of the kind of the COVID-free past year. They will get to play 5 full seasons of college basketball. Three on the wing, does not go. That was Chloe McKnight who just checked in. She was an Indiana All-Star last year at Bedford North Lawrence High School.
I'll tell you, a lot of Indiana kids here. I believe Fort Wayne has 11 on their roster. I love it. We mentioned that last night about in these ball clubs when so many Indiana kids can be exposed here.
Guy thought about the 16-footer and then called for steps.
Take nothing away from the kids playing right now.
Sure.
But Marian misses the spark of Abby Downer.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, much like Stewart last night, there's an energy, there's an excitement that even when they're not doing things, they just bring to the floor.
Down to the third leading scorer, but 4.5 assists a game, and she has a chance to be top 5 in points, steals, and assists at the end of her Marian career. And hopefully it is a short-term problem. Gerard, solid defense. As that shot was taken and missed by Elise Skaggs, who just checked in. Junior from Mooresville, who began her college days at Davenport in the NCAA Division II ranks in Michigan.
Marian needs to get Collier going. Not quite moving the ball as crisp as normal, especially around the perimeter.
Nice slip by Weiner. Gerard misses, but Amani God does what she has given the God-given ability at 6'4", gets a rebound, and they get 2 more free throws.
Marian staple is when they can get great spacing around the three-point arc and then go inside, outside, all of a sudden Collier gets much more opportunities when that ball rotates quickly.
These two teams are not exactly setting the world on fire offensively so far. St. Francis 2 of 8. Look at their coaching staff on the sideline.
It's a little bit of a flat start, quite honestly, for both clubs.
Marian 1 of 7. However, at the free throw line, the two teams are combined 8 for 8. Marian has 6 of their 8 points at the stripe.
Boy, and the old clock's just flying along, too.
Jan, you don't talk about a perfect game until you get to the 9th inning, my friend. Not that I don't relish my time spent with you.
I know. It's been a lot of fun last 2 nights, though.
Guys in the truck are swearing at you as we speak.
We spent three nights together last week. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
I love coming to Marian. Absolutely love this. I've said it many times. I love the environment here. I love how they handle things. I love everything about what they do here. Really privileged to come here and announce these games.
Collier called for steps. 3rd Marian giveaway so far. They average only 13 of those a contest. And again, part of that is, again, as my partner alluded to, not having your 5th-year senior point guard on the floor tonight. How do you overcome nights like that? Well, by playing stifling defense, which Marian has done all season long. Kunkel, and 1. Guy got her on the arm, and Kunkel with the bucket. She's got 4 and a chance to push St. Francis in front. Take a look here.
Yeah, a little more body that time around. I thought it was a little soft on the call, but nevertheless, she got the call. Not much there.
That is Guy's first foul. 2nd foul called against the Knights. Kunkel connects from the strike.
Well, and this is what you want to do. If you're St. Francis, you want to come in, stay close, and be within striking distance at the end. And right now, so far at least, they've achieved that.
Collier slips to Guy, and Guy, late call, but the right call. Guy got fouled again. And when we talk about a sluggish offensive start, yet Amani Guy's had 2 touches in the lane and has gone to the free throw line both times and now make it 3.
But you got that issue, and right now you've just got Collier with 2 points as well.
So Amani Guy is 6 of 6 from the stripe. Shanice McQuay made it to the scorer's bench in time, the senior from South Jordan, Utah. And has had her minutes reduced this year, but has been playing well down the stretch of this season.
And Greg, I think the games we've had, she's actually brought some energy and some spark when she's come into the ball game. Let's see if she can do that tonight.
Blocking foul going to be called against Wayner.
To your point, I thought she played very well against Taylor the other night.
Bit of a tough whistle on Wayner that time as well. Shot clock at 14. Pass tipped, and McQuay couldn't get the steal, and just unfortunate ball went right to Kunkel. Right place, right time, puts it up and in, and she's got 7. 1-4 high set here for the Knights. Collier, that is a long 2 and missed it. Had her foot on the line. Collier 43% from 3-point range on the season. And this set, if nothing else for St. Francis, got Guy away from the basket for a minute, and McKnight was stumbling. Bossy may have nudged her on that play. Just kind of threw it up, hoping a teammate would find it. They did not. Turnover by the Cougars. It's been hard for the crowd to get into this one either direction.
It just is really an interesting, for lack of a better word, start to this ball game.
2 teams were combined 5 of 18 from the floor. Notably Marian, who was 1 of 8. Quay tries to get something started, and she's going to be called for steps too.
Yep.
So 4 Marian turnovers.
Well, and the way that Marian's playing right now is really leaving the door open for St. Francis.
Like we said, it was a close game when they played a month ago, even though they're not that close in the standings. St. Francis 13-8 overall, 7-5 in league play. St. Francis in the upper half of the league, but it's a pretty big gap from St. Marian to Wesleyan. That's going to be a blocking foul on Bossy, then kind of another gap from Wesleyan to the next few group of teams in the league. At the same time, as you'll see the foul here, the style that Marian plays, to some degree, kind of keeps teams in the game. It's a lower possession, lower scoring game.
It's a great observation. They really do. And so that's why it's so incumbent on them to really make sure and they have been, obviously, with the winning streak, super efficient in that half court.
Kunkel. Good double by Wayner, but it left a player free. And again, that's a situation where when you've got a player like Guy, you don't have to double if you're the Marian defender.
Right.
There.
See if Marian can get something going here. If not, you might see a timeout coming.
Wayner with the left hand. It'll be out of bounds to St. Francis. And again, just little rhythm offensively for the Knights this evening. And Marian's got some cushion to work with in terms of league games in the league standings, in terms of their national ranking. But you clearly want to be playing your best basketball going down the stretch, and this is kind of the second straight game that's been a bit of a struggle for the Knights.
Yeah, and quite honestly, to your point there, that I think is as much a concern.
Yep.
Not so much can they pull this one out, a lot of game to be played here, but simply how they're playing right now.
Guy got a piece of that, able to track it down. Knights for their second field goal of the game. We'll kind of explain that thought again. They already have clinched home court advantage in the Crossroads League tournament. They have that as St. Francis goes to a 2-3 zone. And they are likely, as the number 5 team in the country, to get a host site for the regional as Wayner fires one up. Guy couldn't get to it. And now St. Francis can hold for one shot. So again, everything that you kind of have to play for in terms of the regular season and setting up your spot in the national tournament, Marian's kind of accomplished those things. As Guy got ball but got some arm. That's going to be the second foul on Amani Guy. This is not anything that's kind of results-based. It's just, hey, you want to make sure you're playing your peak at the right time, and I'm not sure that's the case for Marian right now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when you have these games where clearly you're the supposed to win type team tonight and you don't really have all those other incentives around this game, that's a mental thing. This is not about the physical aspect of this game. It's naturally it happens. We see even the best of the best in situations like this kind of get struggled in the start. Well, you and I had a game here real early on where Marian just was sluggish at the start. Then they came out at halftime, and it changed dramatically.
The IU East on November the 16th.
It's exactly much like this game.
So Kunkel will check out. She's got 9. She's a perfect 5 of 5 from the stripe. 5-point lead for the Knights. Aaliyah Evans in for Marian, the sophomore from Greensburg. McQuay on the drive. Her runner is up, missed that too. Marian's going to finish the opening quarter 1 of 11 from the floor. 15-10. St. Francis trying to spring the upset tonight. We're back after this as you're watching Marian women's basketball on ISC and Comcast Xfinity, cable channel 81.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 1.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
I love Marian University. An exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Let's thank our ISC Sports Network crew back here for a second night in a row. Thank you to Jordan Shue, Derek Schultz. The rest of our crew in a moment will show you some of the highlights from quarter number 1. They belong to the St. Francis Cougars. Again, it has not been Marian playing their best basketball, but credit St. Francis. They have played a smart basketball game for the first 10 minutes of play.
Well, they really haven't turned the ball over as number 1, the key for St. Francis. And I give Coach Brooks a lot of credit there. He obviously can tell Marian wasn't playing their game, but this is where the wisdom comes in. He was really trying to let them play through it and see who could provide the spark to get this thing going. Didn't push any panic buttons.
So Guy sits with 2 fouls tonight. Kennedy Gerard back in there for Marian. Collier will try to go to work and again get the ball in the hands of your best player on the floor and see what happens.
Absolutely, and I suspect that was talked about. Guys, get it in certain people's hands.
She was the Crossroads League Player of the Week a couple of weeks back based on what she did in the road victory at Indiana Wesleyan, which stands as the best win of the year for Marian. And Parrott going to be called for an offensive foul. And frankly, Steve Brooks has been kind of negotiating for that one for a while.
Well, I heard the interview with Collier after that IWU win. And what I liked about what she said is, I really like the ball in these situations. That just shows you, the type of confidence that somebody who's the 33rd best shooter in three-point land wants the ball at times like that.
spin move that she made for that winner, absolutely tremendous.
Yeah.
Shot clock at 8, and then again, they're going to call a moving screen, I believe, on Bossy, which will be her second foul.
I really think in situations like this, that's where your veterans, you really lean on them hard to get things turned around.
Valiente in, young lady from Spain for this St. Francis program. McQuay, good job to try to tip that away, but when she didn't get it, left the lane open, and Valiente missed. Valiente averaging 3 points a contest. A couple of young ladies from Spain on the Marian roster as well. They tend not to get in the contest until the game is decided. And it's a short rotation that Steve Brooks plays. Collier missed the long two.
But I like the shot. I want to see her really try to put this team on her shoulders right now, especially with Guy on the bench.
Crawford going to work. Turns and fouled by McQuay, and Crawford will shoot 2.
You got to give St. Francis credit. Their game plan, especially now with Guy on the bench, they were attacking the rim pretty good early, even with her in there. But right now, listen, they say, hey, Guy's on the bench. Unless they're going to double us or stop the ball, we're attacking the rim.
Crawford, not a great free throw shooter at 59%. And that is the first miss from the line from either team. And what is the 14th attempt between these two teams so far? Crawford got that to go again. She is the leading scorer for the Cougars at 16 points a contest. A 4-point lead for the visitors from Fort Wayne. And they will again call either an offensive foul or a moving screen. It is the latter. They're both offensive fouls, but this one goes against Kennedy Gerard. And a timeout called by Steve Brooks. And I think there's some anger directed at his team. I think it's much more directed at maybe the officials more so than his own team, because I don't think Steve is happy with the whistle he has gotten so far in tonight's game.
I'm not going to defend the officials plus or minus here, but I will tell you this. After officiating for a long time, when the games stagnate, officiating stagnates a little bit with it.
Yeah.
Been there, done it. When teams play well, officials tend to officiate a little better. I've been there, seen it happen. This is just one of those games, for whatever reason, all aspects of it need a jump start.
Crawford will inbound the basketball for St. Francis. Majestic Sales has entered. She's one of the first subs off the bench earlier in the year for Marian. Young lady that played her college basketball to start at Walsh University, Canton, Ohio, to the Division II level. Pate back in there for St. Francis, and another foul has been called against McQuay. So Guy, McQuay, and Bossy all have 2 fouls already for Marian. And that's going to be a foul on Wayner on the hold. And that is the double bonus.
Yep.
So 5 fouls called against Marian. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the quarter.
Coach Brooks loses his mind right now. Between the way his team's playing and his lack of love for the calls right now, he's not a happy camper.
So again, for those of you that maybe watch high school basketball more than you watch college basketball, again, no such thing as the 1 plus the bonus in the women's college game.
You like that? You like that rule?
I'm okay with it. What I really like is the fact the fouls reset every quarter.
That I like.
I like playing 4 10-minute quarters instead of 2 20-minute halves.
Right.
I think there's more of a flow to the game.
I completely agree with you on that one. I completely agree with that one.
Difference in 1 plus the bonus and 2 is literally 6 of one, half does the other for me. But
I just was curious.
Marian going a little bit deeper to their bench here too. I think they have to because of foul issues. That foul on Wayner was her second foul.
Well, better movement for Marian. I do like that. See,
Evans will pull from 16. That does not go. And again, this is a group that is not used to playing together, the 5 that are currently on the floor. Kunkel with the left hand, got it.
Well, the 5 on the floor might be sending a message to the 5 on the bench right now. I know there's a lot of rotation, that's for sure, but Coach Brent's looking for, hey, somebody who wants to step up and make something happen tonight.
Alexa McKinley, the freshman from Columbus North. Again, she's kind of more of a depth piece on the bench, but because of no Abby Downard, now Wayner with 2 fouls, McKinley's going to get some minutes here. Bossy, ball poked away. Evans steps into one, misses. And Marian is 2 of 15 from the floor. Now Skaggs forced the issue, didn't get it to go.
Starting to see a little better motion, though, down here in the half court, at least out of this set here. See much more movement. There you go.
Evans on the basket, cut scores it.
I tell you, I noticed that last half court set, Greg, that seen a little more movement out of this 5.
Well, Evans gets just the 3rd Marian field goal of the game. There's that look for 3. That's good. That is Crow, Sydney Crow, the senior from Whiteland, that gets the triple.
The longer you let a team stay around, the confidence, if you can hit a couple of those, if you're St. Francis, confidence builds. It just does.
First made 3 for either side tonight. Makes it 22-14. Shot clock at 11. Collier going to try to make something happen. Got held. Skaggs will get called for the whistle. Per first, and team foul number 2. Crawford returns for St. Francis. Also, Aubrey Dunnick will check in for the first time. Nice pass by Collier. Bossy's 3 does not go. Sales, good job to keep that alive. Shot clock resets to 20. Gonna have to be Bossy.
Yep, they gotta get it up.
At least got it on the rim, but like I said, it's a lot of pieces that aren't used to playing with each other that are on the floor currently. Crawford goes to work. Missed it. And then off Crawford as she's out of bounds. It'll be Marian ball. It's simply going to be a night where Marian has to fight through this.
Yeah. You know, much like we said, only in the opposite way, last night was unbelievable. This is semi-unbelievable in a different manner.
Marian has won 20 consecutive games, 39 in a row in the Crossroads League. Slipped to Evans, and I think that was frankly more of a version of St. Francis. Had 2 players bump into each other. The contact is given. As you see on the replay there, that was unfortunately Crow ran into Dunnick.
Crow took one of the choppers.
And it wasn't on the shot, so it's the 3rd team foul, so it's going to be underneath out of bounds to Marian.
Boy, Collier just has not had very many looks at all.
And 5 seconds called against the Knights. The St. Francis program made the national tournament 2 years ago, 14-12 last season. 13-8 coming in. This would clearly be their high water mark of the year if they could pull the upset tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's what you would expect, a team that's young. There's only one senior on the St. Francis ball club. It's a young, kind of hungry ball club, and they come into a place like that Very dangerous.
Ball's got to go up because that shot never hit the rim, neither did Crawford's. Marian has possession, will continue on. But that was the reason why that last shot was taken, because it was a pending shot clock violation. Collier finds a seam, and Collier gets the easiest look of the night to this point for Marian.
6 now for Collier. Let's see if we can get her going.
Just the 4th Knights field goal.
Marian can keep this thing in the 4 to 6 range. Get some things straightened out at halftime. They'll be all right. Just got to your point earlier, Greg. You just got to work through these types of situations.
And again, the way that Marian defends allows them to hang around on nights where their offense is not good.
I think you and I would agree. This feels worse than 6 points, but they're only down 6.
Collier with the miss.
So we're so used to so much better play.
Kunkel has been the best offensive weapon for St. Francis tonight. Missed that one. Got fouled on the putback and scores it. Kunkel with 13. She is already above her average on the season. So the lead back to 8 for the Cougars, with a chance to make it 9. Kunkel connects. She's a perfect 6 of 6 from the stripe. I think you said it well. If you're Marian, you're just trying to keep this to maybe a couple of possession game by the time you get to halftime. Nice catch. Evans fires a 3 and scores it. First 3 of the game for Marian.
Greg, let's see if that can be the spark. That's a big shot right there.
Evans had the chance to play in a state championship game in her days at Greensburg at the 3A level. Second year here in the Marian program. Now St. Francis tries to answer and does. That's Crow.
How big is that?
Her second 3 of the game. Talking about Marian's shooting woes. St. Francis has kind of gotten back to level footing. They are 9 of 20 from the floor. Collier
just turned her ankle.
Yep. Bad has gone to worse for Marian.
Did. She turned it good, too.
An offensive foul, I think, has been called against Bossy. But Marian's concern is Ella Collier.
Boy, she absolutely planted her foot, and it didn't go exactly where she wanted it.
Just trying to give herself a moment to make sure she's all right. Foul on Bossy is her 3rd. So a Marian team playing without Abby Downard. Again, just rolled it as she's trying to make that drive to the basket. And a team that's played with multiple players in foul trouble tonight. 2 on Amani Guy, now 3 on Allison Bossy. 2 on Shanice McQuay, and 2 on Jayla Wayner, which is why you've got players that are, again, not normally seeing this many minutes, playing extended minutes for the Knights this evening.
Oh, that's good news. At least
Yep.
The quicker you can get up on those types of scenarios, and there'll be some pain, but the more you can walk around on it is much better than sitting there letting it get stiff.
That was a foul against Marian, but a player control foul, so we'll see St. Francis bring the ball the length of the floor. 8 turnovers, by the way, against the Knights so far.
Well, a lot of times what they'll try to do here is stretch that ankle a little bit and retape it. Let's see if that happens, and if she can stretch that thing out. Because honestly, the best thing you can do, if you can, is retape it and keep playing. And then ice it real good afterwards. But it certainly just depends on, obviously how severe it is. I don't know if perhaps she may have stepped on a foot when she planted it. Those are the worst scenarios, because you literally just turned it in an awkward scenario.
Skaggs lets fire and connects.
Well, she now St. Francis, she's got the comfort zone. And she's really wanting the ball for them.
Infused with confidence, Cougars lead by a dozen. Marian saw their spot in the national polls bump up to number 5 today. They are getting quite the battle. Evans fouled on the drive, wave off the shot. 4th foul against St. Francis, so again, no free throws yet on that foul that was called against Aubrey Dunnick. So Marian has had to bring some of their players back with 2 fouls because of injuries. Mckinley finds McQuay. Long 2 for Shanice and missed everything. Cougars able to track it down.
Marian's really going to have to extend their perimeter because St. Francis really finding some room and space shooting outside.
Great ball movement by the Cougars. Making Marian defend every inch of the half court. On the basket cut by Dunnick. Well, St. Francis frankly deserved better on that possession.
Yeah, they really did. That was everything but a finish.
Shot clock at 13. Evans with 5 off the bench. And probably been better serve, kind of looking for her own shot there. Tried to find a teammate. So this will more than likely be a double-digit lead going to halftime. This is not a scenario that Marian has faced a lot this year. Their last loss was November the 13th. They lost back-to-back days in Iowa. Game 3 and 4 of the season. You see the game clock and shot clock on your screen, so 7-second difference between the two here.
Well, you got scores number 2 and 3 sitting on the bench, one way or the other.
That'll be a foul against the Knights. Some more free throws coming up here.
There you see again, Marian again is late getting over, from the backside. If you're over there quicker on the backside, you either force a bad shot or get a charge. And St. Francis just continues to really get pretty good movement inside, and then they're kicking it outside, inside, outside playing.
Dunnick, a 71% free throw shooter, junior from Norwell High School. Missed that one. Marian can hold for 1. Evans will bring it in the front court. Evans, the step back, got it. Evans averages 2 a game. She's got 7, and she is keeping Marian in this contest. But it is the Cougars trying to spring the upset tonight. Through 20 minutes, they're doing it. They lead Marian by a score of 32-21. Stay tuned. Halftime coverage comes your way next as you're watching Marian University women's basketball here on ISC and Comcast Xfinity, cable channel 81. Still waiting?
You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
I have so much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I chose Marian for the business program.
Marian University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. They've been in business for 35 plus years. I'm here with the owner, Richard Michaelis. Hey, Richard, what's the key to the growth over the last 35 years?
Pat, I believe being a family-owned local business that is involved in the community has a lot to do with it.
All right, so you have a lot of services. Tell us about some of those services.
We're really strong in the emergency services, smoke, fire damage restoration, storm and water damage restoration, all while working with your insurance company. We also do mold remediation, basement and crawl space waterproofing, foundation repair, and roof repair. We are a full-service company.
All right, as to the owner, we know you wear a lot of hats. What do you do day to day?
I really love being out in the field working with our clients. It gives me a great opportunity to understand their needs so we can take care of them.
Your hands-on approach, I think, has a lot to do with the success of Michaelis. If you find yourself needing their services, give them a call anytime, 24/7 at 844-FIX-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation. Construct, renovate, restore.
Is your building haunted or infested with icky snakes? Then tear it down. The Raised Trash Demolition Squad can flatten buildings up to 3 stories tall. Whether it's a commercial or residential structure, the Raised Trash Demo experts will make it go boom. And with their roll-off containers, they'll haul away the mess quicker than you can say, hey, there used to be a building there. Bring your old fire trap to its knees with Raised Trash.
RaisedTrash.com.
Raised Trash.
Back inside the PE Center, Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. Again, the Marian Knights tonight, they're going for their 40th consecutive league victory. They have their work cut out for them with 20 minutes left to play. They are trailing St. Francis by a score of 32-21. Again, you knew it'd be tough sledding for a couple different reasons tonight. St. Francis played Marian well back on January the 12th. It was a 4-point game going to the fourth quarter. Marian won that night at St. Francis by 10. Now, let's talk about the other obstacles Marian is dealing with. Abby Downer not being out there. Clearly that makes a difference. Your 5th-year senior point guard. The Marian offense has never had a sense of rhythm tonight.
Well, the analogy goes, especially in the football arena, you can replace a lot of players in football, but when you replace the quarterback, it really brings a complete dynamic. And when Downer's not in there, take nothing away from those who replaced her, but they left their quarterback wasn't in there. And so nobody really kind of got what Downer does so well is she communicates. She is one of the best communicators I've ever seen as a basketball player. And they missed that out there. They missed so many other things, but to me, that was one of the most important things they missed.
She's a coach's kid. It's what you expect. Now, the other thing is Marian has been significantly hamstrung by foul trouble. They have 6 different players that either have 2 or 3 fouls. Wayner, McKinley, McQuay, Guy, Gerard, Bossy. Let's focus on Guy and Gerard. That they are as formidable and potent of a 1-2 combination, offensively and defensively in the low block, as any team has at this level of basketball. And they played a combined 19 minutes. That's a problem for Steve Brooks.
It's a huge problem. And Guy is really kind of a flow player, if you will. She gets very effective with the half-court moves, the flows there. It completely changes her game. She is not necessarily that player who is a creator. So the more that Marian is in a flow, has good movement, good spacing, you could that's her game. So they got to find some of that in this half.
And now let's go to the part that then happened late, and again, kind of the things you can't control. Another injury. Ella Collier rolls her ankle in the last couple of minutes of the half. Hopefully we'll see her back to start quarter number 3. But again, it is a different conversation for Marian in terms of how you come back from 11 points down if Ella can't be back out there.
No doubt about it. Yeah, and you're missing number 2 and number 3 scores now. And I know the old adage is next guy up, and that's exactly what it is going to have to be. You know, we talk about this all the time, whether it be high school or college. You practice all the time. And so for those players now are going to replace those, now's your turn. Now is your turn. Bring that energy, bring that spark, and now's your time.
Let's also give credit where credit is due. Solid half by St. Francis. Malia Kunkel outstanding, 14 points, 4 of 6 from the floor, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, and 4 rebounds. And Sydney Crow, the senior from Whiteland, with a pair of 3-point field goals as well. The game of knockout will likely be done by the time we get back from this timeout. We'll give you a full report, we promise. St. Francis leads at 32-21. As you're watching Marian University women's basketball on ISC and Comcast Xfinity, cable channel 81.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
Everyone here is about helping you succeed.
It's hard work, but it's totally worth it. I have so much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
My professors really challenge me.
and I know I'll be ready for my career.
A great education is the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
Marian University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
This is the Pepsi for America's best barbecue. Worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Time for a look at our first half highlights. And again, just 6 baskets for Marian in the opening half. And Parrott an immediate steal. Just a handful of seconds in. Kind of set the tone for this ball game early for St. Francis.
No, you're exactly right. That steal off the bat kind of emphasized the sluggishness, if I get it out there, of how Marian started.
So Parrott, again, would finish with 6 points, the freshman from Carroll. And almost every Marian basket, I think Evans might have the one kind of jump shot that Marian has knocked down. Everything has been around the paint. And again, that's not atypical, but usually it's Amani Guy and Kennedy Gerard, and fouls really limited what they can do from an effectiveness standpoint.
Yeah, for Marian, really the lack of outside shooting just allowed St. Francis defense just to pack it in the paint.
And it's a Marian team that is a good three-point shooting team at 35%. Again, they don't make a lot of them. They make 4.5 threes per game. Another thing that kind of stands out too, and again, this goes to Guy and Gerard being saddled with foul trouble, but it's a Marian defense, and you cited the few number of points they give up on a per-game basis at 55. Opponents shoot 37% against Marian on the season. Tonight, St. Francis 10 of 22. That may not be like setting the world on fire, but 46%, again, clearly better than what Marian is used to. And again, the star player for St. Francis so far, a junior from Central Noble, and Malia Kunkel.
Yeah, I thought she played really well. And to add to your point at St. Francis, they kept attacking, drawing Marian in continually defensively. And then a couple, 2 or 3 three-pointers really got him going.
Again, Kunkel with the bucket there. She's got 14. 3 threes for St. Francis certainly helps the cause, too.
Well, to your point, right on cue, Greg, there are the 3 that really were kind of backbreakers in that first half. But that was all because they continued to have so much success attacking the rim.
Points in the paint, 14-8 in favor of St. Francis. And that is a stat that Marian has rarely lost in this year. They trail by 11, trying to keep their Again, they're going to be in first place regardless of what happens tonight, but trying to keep that O on the right-hand side of the win-loss column. We'll take this quick timeout. Third quarter action is not far away as you're watching Marian University women's basketball here on ISC and Comcast Xfinity, cable channel 81.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 1.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
Everyone here is about helping you succeed.
It's hard work, but it's totally worth it. I have so much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
My professors really challenge me, and I know I'll be ready for my career.
A great education is the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
Marian University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Who's got time for hot dogs and disco music? Your mind's cluttered with thoughts of commercial waste removal. So thank the good Lord above for Ray's Trash. Ray's will collect the intolerable rubbish at all your company's locations up to 6 times a week. That's 42 times in dog weeks. They shred documents and recycle too. And Ray's has roll-off containers for big loads, like construction waste or when your giant dies. Got a business? Get yourself to raystrash.com.
RaiseTrash.com.
Raise Trash.
Well, the next time our cameras will be here at Marian University will be for the regular season finale doubleheader against Spring Arbor. That is a week from Saturday, February the 19th, same place as you are watching this game. You can watch those two games as well, women at 1, men at 3. See it on the ISC bevy of social media channels, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC TV, and Comcast Xfinity Cable Channel 81 as well. Marian goes on the road for their next couple of league games. Huntington coming up for a doubleheader on Saturday afternoon. Again, after tonight, Marian women play 3 more times, and it's on to conference tournament play.
Not a lot of time to get things sorted out. Let me tell you something. Marian is the #1 field goal shooting team in the nation at 49%. If they run their offense, the chances for them to get back in this thing are huge. Simply, they've got to work a little harder on the offensive side. We've highly documented 2 of their players are now out. But that still being said, they are a very efficient team when they get good spacing and when they got downward movement to the rim.
You also wonder if the law of averages starts to catch up.
Yeah.
6 of 23 from the floor in half number 1. DJ B-Rad setting the tone for the festivities here inside the PE Center tonight. Let's thank our friends at AAA Roofing for their sponsorship of Marian University Athletics. When it rains, it pours, so trust the pros at AAA Roofing. That's who we call. Coming up this weekend on the ISC Sports Network, it is back to the high school ranks for us on Friday night. It is Ben Davis and Lawrence North in boys basketball. Pete Smith joins me for that one. Then it is the girls regional Decatur Central. Lance Shive on that one with me. The 4 teams that have made it there, a couple of those bit of a surprise. Mount Vernon will take on Ben Davis in the morning game, followed by Mooresville, who surprised Brownsburg last night. They will take on North Central, and Jan, for a second year in a row, North Central enters that regional as the heavy favorite.
Well, not surprising to me. North Central, I thought, got better, quite honestly, as the season went on. And that's what you want to do, is be hot at the right time. And you can just slowly see them getting better, matured as a ball club. So while it's not overly surprising to me.
Ben Davis and Mount Vernon at 10, followed by North Central and Mooresville. Winners meet at 8 o'clock, and you can catch those games on ISC as well as My Indy TV 23. Thank our ISC Sports Network crew, Daryl Tibbs, Vincent Morales, Alan Hughes, Aaron Van Wolde. Thanks to Jordan and Derek and all the guys in the truck as well. And as always, thank you to Mitch Huppert, the tremendous sports information director here at Marian University, taking care of us when our ISC Sports Network cameras are here. And partner, we will be here a lot later in the month of February.
I'm loving that. I love that. My man Mitch, man, once again, boy, he does a great job. Love that guy.
It will be St. Francis basketball to begin half number 2. Kunkel 14, Parrott 6, 6 for Crow, 3 for Skaggs, 2 for Crawford, and 1 for Aubrey Dunning. For Marian, 6 for Amani Guy, 6 for Ella Collier, 7 for Aaliyah Evans, 2 for Allison Bossy. Starting 5 for Marian. McQuay in for Bossy because Bossy picked up a 3rd foul late in the half.
That's big. Well, let's see if we can get Guy going here. Collier back in that ball game, Greg. That's huge.
McQuay immediately makes a difference. Forces a turnover. Number 10 committed by St. Francis. Collier gets the start after rolling that ankle. Gerard looking high-low. She'll simply attack instead and couldn't drop any better for Marian.
And I think that's a great opportunity, quite honestly, for her, because I think she may have the physicality to really continue to hit the rim hard.
Gerard's first bucket. She averages 11 a game. And Marian back in their half-court defense. In the corner, 3 for Pate. And that's what she does for St. Francis. Pate did not really have a look in the first half. She's a 46% three-point shooter.
Well, that one was just dead on.
Yeah, Pate, the sophomore from Penn High School. So they have turned, like they have in multiple sports, one of the best programs in the state year in, year out. Guy going to work on Crawford. Got bumped on the drive. They'll give her the shot.
St. Francis coach losing his mind over that. Oh, wow.
There are 80s NBA officials that are thinking, hey, continuation is in play in tonight's game. Guy gets her first field goal of the game, but misses from the free throw line for the first time. But there's McQuay going to work. McQuay couldn't get the reverse layup.
I love the energy. As long as that energy, people will feed off that energy. She missed the shot, but she's setting the tone, Greg.
And that was going to be a foul on Girard, which will be her third. And Kennedy Girard questioning the call, and now she's got her fourth because technical foul. So foul 3 and foul 4 on a personal and a technical. So must have said something as she turned.
Oh, she did.
Because clearly had something to say directly to her, but it was after she had turned away that the whistle was then given. So the conversation is, all right, are you shooting the free throws on the 3? Are you saying the foul was after the shot? So just how many free throws is it going to? These are going to be the 2 technical fouls here. And this is Pate, who's an 88% shooter. Connects. Boss is going to have to come back in as Girard to sit with 4 fouls. So Pate misses that. Now they're going to give, is this the shooter for the 3 free throws on the 3? That's good. I think St. Francis is saying the exact same thing. Hey, how are we adjudicating free throws here? In other words, technicals, then 3s.
Yeah, this is the technical.
Right,
area.
correct.
You do
they signaled incorrectly.
You do things in the order in which they are called. So if the foul is first, it goes before the technical. Unless they change the rule, I didn't know. I was trying to figure it out before I said anything. Yeah, you always shoot free throws in the order in which they occurred. So 5 attempts, 4 makes, and then St. Francis gets the ball back. Well, just about the time Marian seemed like they were getting a spark, now all of a sudden the game died again, and with the technical. Crawford on the catch and finishes. So Cassidy Crawford, that's the better news for St. Francis. They had a 14-point lead before she had her first field goal. And the lead now 16. Hey, you got to give a ton of credit to St. Francis. They're taking advantage of the opportunity, and I thought you said it very well. I thought that opening still really seemed to set the tone early for St. Francis. Crawford whistled for the foul. Great high-low. Kunkel continues her fantastic play. She's been the recipient of most of those. Yeah. Delivered the pass in that occasion. Well, part of the problem when you don't get a lot of movement offensively, you become easier to guard. Backdoor cut by Bossy, but then Bossy stepped on the baseline. And just never any sort of rhythm from Marian tonight. I haven't seen a game just collapse like this one has in a long time. The good news, still tons of time. You fight over adversity, you claw. Kunkel fires a 3.
One of those nights going in both directions. Everything going right for St. Francis.
Absolutely.
Nothing on the other end for Marian. It is a 19-point game. Wayner fires a three and got down. Wayner, a 35% three-point shooter. And a full timeout taken by Marian. Let's take it with him. 7:10 left to go in this one. As my partner said, there's a lot of game left to play. There's a big hill to climb for the Knights. They trail by 16 on ISC and Comcast Xfinity, cable channel 81.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today at marian.edu.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
So the answer by Kunkel as St. Francis has made their first 2 3-point tries of this half. They are 5 of 8 for the game. They have stretched the lead against the number 5 ranked team in the country to 16 points. 7:10 left to go here in the third quarter.
Well, they've shot the three pretty well in this ballgame. They do 34% for the season. They haven't shot a lot, but at times it just seems when they have shot it, they've connected pretty well.
Both coaches on the sidelines of tonight's contest. Jason Ridge, head coach on your left in his 7th season at the University of St. Francis. Little full court pickup here by Marian. And again, you need to be aggressive, make up a 16-point game, but you've been so saddled with foul trouble, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
McQuay touched that last out of bounds to the Cougars. That's when he steps. Bossy just kind of jumped the passing lane that threw Parrott off just for a moment.
And you don't really see Marian do a lot of full court or three-quarter. That's just not their MO, especially without Abby Downer in the ballgame.
They have officially gone to the back of the playbook at this point.
Typically in situations like this, you would really change things up, you know, try to get some defense to offense out of full court pressure, and here it is. And you got to do this right here. You got to create something now.
You see the turnover there for Marian, their 12th. And that's your 2 best players on the floor that struggle to compete a simple entry pass. Skaggs, great feed. The bucket is good by Parrott. We've talked about the variety of things that simply have not gone well for Marian, or breaks haven't gone their way as McQuay. Look at the and one opportunity. There are things they can go to school on. There are some things defensively I thought that have been some team breakdowns from the Knights tonight.
Right. No, I completely agree. And a lot of times what that happens, when you're not on your game on whether it's offense or defense, it does carry over. And really a staple for Marian is great movement on the half-court defense, backside help, and they're just a step slow just about on every aspect of the game tonight.
McQuay misses. Guy gets the putback, and Amani Guy is fouled.
Well, if you're not doing very many things the way, you can always play hard. And hopefully that piece can pick up here a little bit.
So Guy missed her last free throw, made her first 6. She is 77% on the season. Dunnick will check in after the first freebie. But Guy misses again. Well, free throws, the one thing that were going down for Marian in the first half, and now those have gone away. Amani gets this one. Now Dunnick will check in. Well, we've referenced that lengthy conference winning streak. It is more than 2 years since Marian last lost a league contest, January 22nd of 2020. And that's going to be a foul behind the play. I think that's against McQuay. That's the third foul on McQuay. Jan, you want to take a guess as to who the last team was that beat Marian in a conference game?
Wow. It only be a guess.
Usually when announcers ask this question, it's usually the obvious answer that's right in front of you.
St. Francis.
That'd be St. Francis. January 22nd of 2020.
That's not who I was going to guess. I was going to guess Indiana Wesleyan.
I was trying to help you out.
I know. I need help because you had me stumped on that one.
But now again, let me state that Indiana Wesleyan won the conference championship game in this building last year.
That's what I was going to say.
So there is a bit of an asterisk to that, but in just league games.
Give me a half point.
I'm giving you full credit, partner. McQuay going to be called for the offensive foul. Yep. Led with the arm, and that is her fourth foul. Got a great look at it from that underneath the basket angle in terms of extending that arm, and then Dunnett going to be called for steps.
I think Mr. Brooks is knocking on the door of inviting a technical here shortly. He's seen enough.
I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, no.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Guy got fouled on a re-chip, and that'll be the fifth foul against St. Francis. And so Guy will shoot 2 on that foul. That foul, by the way, on Dunnett is her third. I'm going to blame you for all this because you talked about in the first quarter how fast this game was moving. And I said, you don't talk about a perfect game.
I know. I knew it would come back to haunt me, and it has.
Guy with the bucket. She becomes the first Marian player in double figures with 10.
Hey, get to the free throw line. How many times have we seen manufacture a lot of points just going to the free throw line? Listen, 13. There's still tons of time.
If that's a foul on Guy, yep, we're going to call a blocking foul on Guy. Now the two officials are going to talk about should it be a foul or not. Then they're going to wave off the foul. They're going to say simply ball out of bounds to St. Francis. Which is big because that would have been Guy's third.
She would have sat down.
Full court pass, McKnight able to track it down. And as you so well stated, this is not what Marian normally does in terms of full court pressure. There's frankly going to be some kind of looks on the back end because they're not used to playing this way. Trying to catch up, claw back from behind.
Well, rarely are they ever this far behind. So the need to press is usually not there, and that's not what they do.
Diving effort, Guy able to track it down. Rarely see the 6'4" guy have to go to the floor to pick one up, but she does.
Hey, get it to 10, 9, in that range. Heading down the fourth, give yourself a chance.
And now they're going to get Guy for a moving screen at the other end. Guy does pick up that third foul. St. Francis wants to go at a deliberate pace, playing with a 13-point lead. Kunkel, pocket picked by Aaliyah Evans. Collier's been on the floor, but has not been overly aggressive with that ankle injury until that moment right there.
Hey, she heard you. Let's go.
Collier's first three, you touched on this earlier, a 43% three-point shooter on the season. You also talked about that milepost of 10. It's a 10-point game with 14 minutes left to go.
Yeah, sometimes adversity is an interesting thing to a ball club. And who can step up and get you out of it?
And let's be honest, this is probably something that Steve Brooks kind of needed to see from his team at some point, because they have played from in front. Now again, great road win late in the game against Indiana Wesleyan. Like I said, it was not easy to get past Goshen. Again, it's more of a back half of the league type of team. You're going to learn something from tonight from Marian.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Tonight's game presented in part by Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, proud partner of the Marian University Knights.
Well, and Marian does have that ability because of their defensive ability. If they play the defense they can play, to take defense and offense in a hurry if they get some stops there.
The double by Evans. Kunkel's already made 1 3. Dunnick.
Oh my.
Shot clock at 5. Ball's got to go up. Dunnick going to be called for travel. Both teams are well into double figures as far as turnovers are concerned. It's number 13 committed by St. Francis tonight.
She get the ball to Collier again. She got the shot off. Obviously, she's playing as well as she can. You can see her hobble just ever so slightly. Get her some more looks, though. She, at 40-some%, can get you right back in this thing.
Ball movement crisp here by the Knights. Bossy, no. Colliers couldn't hang on to it. And Bossy's a good three-point shooter, too. Just didn't get that one to fall. Kunkel will try to go to work on Guy. And missed it, but Skaggs at inside position. Skaggs up and under, no. And the fight for the loose ball. Jump ball, the arrow goes to Marian.
Good hustle by Guy that time. And those are the things as a coach you're going to look for. Listen, you may not be playing your A game right now, but you better be getting on the floor.
Tonight's find a way. Tonight is, again, something you file away for the postseason. I've made the reference to not having their A game. I'm not sure Marian's got even their B game tonight. This is of the C's get degrees category.
I relate to that.
Collier, the step back.
I'll tell you, maybe your best move of the night right there. That feels good because the ankles seem to feel good right there.
The lead has been sliced in half by the Knights. It's down to 8. First time it has been in single digits for a while. McKnight for 3. Got it.
Oh, wow. That's
first basket.
That's timely.
Again, former Indiana All-Star.
Yes.
Can knock that down.
That was, boy, timing couldn't have been better for St. Francis.
That is the 6th made 3 in 9 tries tonight. They have made all 3 of their three-point tries in the quarter. A Guy going to work, and she's fouled.
There you go.
So Amani Guy will shoot 2. So Parrott will check out with 3 fouls for St. Francis. Pate will check back in. What is a familiar refrain, Amani Guy goes to the line, but she misses for a 3rd time since halftime. Connects on that one. We're back to a 10-point game. Guy now 10 of 13 from the stripe. Officially, she has 2 field goal attempts tonight because she has been fouled on so many looks in and around the basket. Guy with a hand in the passing lane gets the takeaway. Chance to slice further into the lead. Again, if you're just joining us, no Abby Downard for Marian tonight. Bossy on the backdoor cut, couldn't get a shot away. And that's going to be a blocking foul against McKnight. And so 2 free throws for the 94% shooting Ella Collier.
She certainly has inserted herself more here in the third period. That's really been good to see. Boy, the way she hobbled off, that was concerning.
It's one of those that I think is going to hurt a lot more tomorrow, frankly.
Yeah, no.
You said it, if you keep moving.
The key is keep moving on those things, because they will stiffen up on you. But after the game, you can put ice on it.
Collier with 13. She's got 7 in relatively short fashion. And back to an 8-point game. And that'll be a foul against Marian. And you see Collier kind of gimping around a little bit there. It's her first foul. And just kind of that slide of trying to stay with a defender was a struggle for her. So Skaggs will shoot 2. That's a rare miss for Skaggs, who's an 88% free throw shooter. Connects on that one. As a team, St. Francis now 14 of 20 from the line tonight. Evans had 7 first half points. Always a wise decision. Throw it up for a Monty guy, but Kunkel was able to get the block, and on the jump ball, the possession arrow goes the opposite direction. Guy got a taste of her own medicine here.
I tell you, if Marian can do anything here in this last 45 seconds, either get a good stop or get a shot, hey, they're right where they can be in striking distance here.
Skip pass to Pate. The 3 for Pate.
Wow.
Got it. Again, she's one of the top shooters in the country.
About that time. Every time you think Marian may have just that little edge, boy, I'll tell you, give St. Francis a lot of credit. They've answered the bell.
St. Francis has made all 4 threes they have taken here in the third quarter. Shot clock and game clock are virtually identical. Wayner's runner in the lane left it short. And with the shot being taken when it was, you give St. Francis a chance for a good look. They're finishing the quarter strong. Pate, that one was blocked. But then a foul called well after the play. And again, you'll see 2 officials now talk about the call after the fact. I think they're going to say that foul was after the shot was taken. Contact on the floor. 2 shots, so after the player landed was when the foul is going to be called.
Whoa.
So Pate will shoot 2 and not 3.
Well, I'll say it again. The young St. Francis Cougar Ball Club has at times just hit dagger 3-pointers in this ball game.
Pate connects again. Pate will check out. She's got a dozen. She averages 8 points a contest. She's made 2 threes and 6 free throws. And Collier will simply hold it. And again, what was an 8-point game a couple possessions ago is all of a sudden right back to 14. St. Francis trying to put an end to the conference's longest winning streak ever. 39 in a row. It'll require a comeback effort for the Knights this evening. They trail on ISC and Comcast 81.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime.
Academics, sports, or arts, Marian's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Simply put, for the Knights, they have not been in this situation much, if at all, this season. They trail by 14 going to the fourth quarter. What has to change for Steve Brooks' team?
Well, I'll tell you, first and foremost, you got to get some stops. Every time we kind of felt like they'd get right back at, they were close. They've given up a big shot, mainly the three. The perimeter defense for Marian has got to, they're going to have to extend it, put some pressure on there.
McKnight connecting from three-point range. And Marian 3 of 7, which is kind of better than what they normally are, but it is St. Francis that is 7 of 11 from three-point range tonight. Marian averages giving up 55 points a game, and it's exactly what St. Francis is sitting on with 10 minutes left to go. Got to be there both defensively and offensively for the Knights. Gerard, who had to sit for the majority of the third quarter with a personal foul followed by a technical foul, now is back with 4 fouls. Blocking foul called, wave off the shot. And because it's the first foul of this quarter, it'll be underneath out of bounds to Marian.
Well, and I think perhaps Marian, I'm sure they talked about guys, get it down to Guy. Let's get some rotation, let's get some quick looks at the rim. Either she can get it in, get fouled, or maybe both.
Guy, the step through.
Right on cue.
Amani Guy with 14, just her second field goal.
What you really kind of hope for Marian is they got that one big run in them right now, Greg.
Crawford just 4 points for St. Francis tonight. Uncle with 17, 14 of those coming in the first half. Crow gets downhill. Runner, no. Fight for the loose ball. That's touched last, I'll say, by St. Francis, out of bounds to Marian.
All right, 9:05, mark it down. This is, to me, this is as big a possession maybe as Marian's had in the ball game. Need a big one here, Greg.
Guy, the step through. Didn't get it.
Good shot. Just didn't get the fall there.
The Guy's gotten touches the first 2 trips down the floor.
You got to get stops now. We're at the point in time where still a lot of time, but you got to get some stops if you're Marian. So defense may be as or more important than offense here.
And St. Francis trying to shorten the game here, and I don't blame them a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I would too.
Crawford looking to go to work. Guy. Shot clock was not going to reset there, so Marian gets the takeaway. Bossy turns down the 3, drives in the lane, got bumped, and got the bucket.
Hey, sometimes you need one of those.
For Bossy, just her second field goal of the night.
Sometimes you need one of those yeehaw shots. That didn't look like it had much of a chance, and somehow she found the rim.
By the way, that foul was on Crawford. That is her 4th.
Well, that's a big foul.
So she will have to exit. And frankly, there have been some players tonight that have played a minimal amount of minutes because of dealing with foul issues. Bossy connects.
Down to 9, Greg.
Bossy, an 87% shooter on the season.
I'm starting to feel a little bit here. Crowd's getting in it, team's getting in it, I'm feeling it. Got to get a stop.
McKnight cut off by Collier.
Well, I'll tell you, Collier really reacted well there on that ankle defensively.
Skaggs
There
lost
it
the
is.
handle.
There it is.
Gerard takes it away.
Defense to offense now.
Now can you get it down to 7? Really about 8 is as close as it has been since halftime.
This crowd wants something to cheer about. They get something here, they can get going.
Shot clock at 10. Try to get Collier at the basket cut. And frankly, Marian got bailed out because if Skaggs could have saved that in bounds, it's a turnover. So you got 6 and the 30 to work with here for Marian as the ball is inbounded. Crow will exit. She had 2 first-half threes for St. Francis. Gerard looking to go to work. Turns, spins, but
big rebound.
Got it on the rim. So the possession continues.
Get a good shot now.
Collier trying to find Guy, and just nothing there. And that'll be, possession continues on.
That wasn't a good set for Marian.
No. Pate got closed out. She tries to step back, and like I said earlier, one of those nights.
Boy, I'll tell you, there have just been certain times where, hey, give them credit. They have just hit dagger shots.
Pate with 14. And you want to run her off the three-point line, what you're hoping to do if you're Marian and hit one anyway. Here comes the double. Guy steps through and scores. Amani Guy was 16.
Gotta get a stop.
Down to almost 6 minutes left to go in this one. St. Francis trying to end the streak at 39 consecutive Crossroads League victories. Skaggs up and under pretty.
Hey, that's just a good move. I mean, that was a really good move.
Skaggs with 6, averaging 7.5 a contest. That'll be a hand check foul on Kunkel.
But I do like the fact that Marian's trying to get in the paint, at least give themselves a shot at getting at the free throw line, stopping the clock.
Crow will check back in. McKnight will take a breather. Guy taking a moment to relace his shoe. Shot clock at 20. Marian 40% from the floor for the game.
That's an interesting stat, quite honestly.
Guy got it again.
Yep.
Well, the offense finding a rhythm. Now, can you get enough stops defensively? Skaggs attacking Gerard.
Really good defense there.
Wayner will tie up St. Francis. Arrow keeps it here.
Really good defense that time by Marian. Anticipated the lane, beat the offensive player to the spot 2 times there. Take a look at it right there.
Kunkel with Collier on her will be a little more aggressive going to the basket and scores. And a timeout taken by St. Francis. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. But again, every time that Marian's gotten close, St. Francis has answered.
Well, St. Francis continues to get single isolation down at the rim. And that's you just can't allow one-on-ones down there that deep. Not much good happens when you get so isolated down that low.
Tonight's game presented in part by BSN Sports. Thank you to BSN, the preferred provider of apparel for Marian University athletics.
Well, the offense certainly has gotten a little better. Guy has stepped it up here a little bit late. But if you don't get some stops or you continue to allow the ball to get that deep, that's going to be for naught.
What I've been really impressed with by St. Francis is they've done it when they can, when the shot clock has allowed it. They have tried to isolate whatever post they can on anybody other than Amani Guy. They have run their offense trying to get Guy out of the low block, and when that's been the case, they've attacked every time.
You're exactly right. They've either got her up high or ran a spread, and the paint has been just one-on-one for them. That can't happen.
Guy catching the low block, draws a double, ball poked away. Good help side that time by Parrott.
Well, I really like the fact of trying to overload Guy down at the block.
Guy with 18, Collier with 13. Collier fires from 17, connects.
Well, that's what she can do.
That's like an NBA level pick and pop combo.
Yeah.
Guy and Collier.
Gotta get a stop again.
Skaggs going to work. Shot clock at 9. Guy with the clean block. And a chance to make it 7, maybe even 6 here for Marian. Bossy in a tough spot.
You got to get the guard Collier here. You got to let your veterans really help you back in this thing. They played them much better offensively here in the fourth.
Shot clock at 7. Now Guy trying to get downhill. Off the window.
There you go. I firmly believe at times like this is where you get your veterans involved.
Those strides at 6'4" got her downhill quickly. So 3:35 left to go here in this game, and it's a 7-point contest. Now Parrott, left hand, no.
Big miss.
Great crash by Collier. Now a chance to make it a 2-score game with 3:19 left to go.
First and foremost, take care of the ball here.
Bossy for 3.
Huge, huge.
4-point game.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, Marian's back within 4.
Well, we talked about you really kind of felt like it. You certainly hoped Marian would have a big run in them, but I'll tell you, they've been able to do that a little bit because of the defensive side. What you mentioned earlier, it's exactly what's happening. St. Francis is spreading. Marian's man-to-man defense is going with him, and so that's really leaving that paint wide open.
We'll take this quick timeout. Back in 30 seconds. Cougars lead down to 4 on ISC and Comcast 81.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
Everyone here is about helping you succeed.
It's hard work, but it's totally worth it.
I have so much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
My professors really challenge me, and I know I'll be ready for my career.
A great education is the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
Marian University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
So down to a 4-point game, as close as this has been in a while. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you on the ISC Sports Network. Again, Marian came in 14-0 in league play. Indiana Wesleyan, the team that Marian has beaten twice, is the only team within vicinity of Marian in the standings. Tonight's game won't affect Marian in the standings, might affect their national ranking. But if you're Marian, you're just trying not to let anybody else in the league think they can get you. St. Francis has that confidence now. Now can they get the ball over the finish line?
Yeah, I think you're playing for a little bit of pride here, too.
Yep.
Knowing that you have not played to your level, so your pride should kick in some here, I would think.
So Marian will back out of that half or that full court defense and sink back into the half court. And Wayner pressuring Parrott.
Marian needs to try to get St. Francis down deep in the clock and then try to pressure hard.
Crawford back in there with 4 fouls. She tries to go to work on Girard, and the pass knocked away. Fight for the loose ball.
Really
Girard
good
out of there with
defense.
it.
Really
now,
good.
You got 3v2 here for Marian. Bossy again in the corner.
Got it!
Again in the corner by Bossy. 1-point game.
Woo!
Back-to-back threes by Marian.
This crowd finally woke up.
It's a 14-point deficit. 7.5 minutes ago. Marion's last lead came in the first quarter. 5-second call against Kunkel.
I'm going to Guy right here. I really am.
So 3:22 in the first quarter, over 30 minutes ago, was the last time that Marian had the lead.
Hey, let's give the veterans some credit here. They've really kind of put this team on their shoulders. I really like to get Guy in an isolation here, Greg. There it is.
Low block looking for it. Turns, step through underneath the basket.
He got really deep. Don't foul, don't foul.
But then tied up the St. Francis player,
yeah.
And Marian has possession arrow.
Got what they wanted. She just got a little too deep. Take a look here. Really strong move, but just got a little too deep.
Ball was placed down. Marian's got to inbound it quickly. Collier gets the catch. Drop step. It's going to be called for traveling. Yep. Drug that pivot foot.
Yep, that's the right call. Well, that's a missed opportunity.
Number 15 against the Knights.
You got to forget it. You got to have a quick memory here. Forget those things. You got 2 minutes to win this ball game.
Marian, by the way, has several fouls to give. They have not committed a foul in this quarter. Kunkel looking to go to work on Gerard. Misses, but gets the rebound. Put back is good. Kunkel with 21.
Yeah, Kunkel's played real. To her credit, Greg, she has played a very good ball game.
7 of 11 from the floor, 6 of 6 from the line.
You don't necessarily have to have a 3 here, but you got to get something.
Trying to get Collier on the flare. Slip to Guy. Guy turns and scores.
Yep. Get a score. Still one possession ball game.
And St. Francis has 4 timeouts at their disposal. Marian has just 1. Crawford on the attack. Stops. Misses. Back to the loose ball. Guy tries to save it. Blocked by Gerard.
Huge.
And then they're going to call jump ball with the arrow going right back to St. Francis.
Big defensive stop by Gerard.
But unfortunately for Marian, because of the block and the possession, the shot clock is at 30. Now let's see if they reset that to 20. Looks like St. Francis is going to ask for a timeout here. But where the shot clock is placed is a big point of conversation here because, frankly, they're
should
put it
be
at
20. Yeah, that's correct.
They're going to put it at 20, which
that
probably changes how Marian will play defensively.
No, but that is the correct call.
So a full timeout. Go ahead and keep it right here. Let's thank our friends at Indianapolis Credit Union. Proud to support Marian University and now offers a free Marian Knights debit card with a free checking account. Get your Knights debit card today and show your support. Visit any IMCU branch or sign up online now at imcu.com. Membership savings required. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, now you got a shot, and you're going to be really disappointed with yourself. You fought back. If you can't find a way to close the deal, most don't count except for you-know-what sports.
Some horseshoes and hand grenades? Is hand grenades a sport?
I was going to let you go on it.
By the way, in a game that seemingly has been bereft of offensive rhythm, St. Francis is 7 of 11 from three-point range. Marian is 5 of 9. So what has been a grinder of a game with a combined 34 turnovers. The two teams are a combined 12 of 20 from 3.
Hey, this game has not been a thing of beauty, but I'll tell you, you don't get extra points if you can find a way to win. A win is a win is a win in this league.
So if you're Marian, you don't have to foul here. And again, even if you wanted to, you have not fouled in this quarter. So you have several fouls to give if you need to get to that position.
Yeah, the problem there is you could eat a lot of clock in the process.
Kunkel, stolen away by Bossy.
Bossy's, I think, has played really well.
Now Marian getting their half-court set.
Guy trying to isolate here.
Gerard, the step through off the
Oh,
window,
my word.
and Marian has the lead.
I love it. I love it when somebody says, give it to me and I'll do it.
St. Francis can take the last shot. Foul called by Wayner, but that's okay.
Yes. Now you will foul.
Yep.
Because you just continually, and I'd foul out front as much as I could.
So Wayner picks up the foul. That is her third.
This will stop the clock.
She wasn't trying to foul, but again, that foul
I
hurt
would.
you.
I'd foul a lot out here just to eat the clock up.
So back to live action.
I would not allow anything near the rim. I'd foul.
Kunkel has been the generator of offense for St. Francis. McKnight's runner blocked by Gerard.
Gerard has come to life.
2 blocks in the last minute. Remember, she had 20 in the last 4 games.
You got to play hard here. I would stop anything in the paint long before it got there.
Another full timeout taken by St. Francis. Again, with just 11 seconds left to go, we'll keep it right here. This timeout presented by Miller Transportation. Family owned and operated since the 1930s and proud partners of Marian University Athletics. Facilities located in Indianapolis, Louisville, and Columbus, Ohio. They specialize in transportation for collegiate and professional sports groups, as well as school groups, corporate travel, weddings, private charters, bourbon tours, and more. Their fleet consists of premium 56-passenger motor coaches, air-conditioned school buses, trolleys, executive shuttle buses, Mercedes Sprinter vans, SUVs, and Cadillac sedans. Give them a call at 317-244-8599. MillerTransportation.com is where you can get a quote.
Boy, how about a couple big, huge plays by Gerard? She's been big. Well, let me tell you something. Coach Brooks doesn't like to switch. They don't switch much on defense. But I'm telling you, what cannot happen is to allow an isolation close to the rim. So they either got to be aware with help side or stop with a foul early. You do not want 2 things. St. Francis get a close look or foul if you let them go in the process of shooting to the free throw line.
Crow, Kunkel, Crawford, McKnight, Parrott. The 5 on the floor for St. Francis.
Biggest defense possession of the night for the Knights right here, Greg.
The Knights starting 5 on the floor for Marian. By the way, a jump ball would go to Marian. Crawford on the cut to Kunkel. Kunkel blocked again by Gerard.
That's 3 blocks now in the last minute for Gerard. Wow.
Again, because of foul trouble, she has played limited minutes tonight. She's making up for lost time. St. Francis will call another timeout.
Big play again. But I'll tell you, that was really close. Good thing for her recovering quickly.
This 30-second timeout presented by Ray's Trash, proud partner of Marian University. 317-539-2024 or log on to raystrash.com for more information. Again, one more time, tremendous job by our ISC Sports Network crew. Next time we will be here will be for the regular season doubleheader finale against Spring Arbor. 1 and 3 the tip time for the women's and men's games. Jan will join me for those as well. Coming up a week from Saturday.
Glad to come back. Big play right here, Greg, defensively.
Kunkel trying to set up the basket cut. Crawford, pass deflected, tipped away. Who touched it last? Marian did. Touched last by Amani Guy. Another 2 seconds come off the clock, and now it will be an inbounds from the sidelines. We'll get one look at it before the ball is inbound, and I frankly think that's the right call. I thought it was off a guy's hand.
I'm with you. I think it is too.
Pate will come back in, and I thought she should frankly be in this set because of her three-point shooting skills, and now she's back in. Ball tipped away again. Gerard's got it, but she traveled. She absolutely traveled.
Yep.
That's the right call. She did. She did. Traveling violation against Marian. So, Knights got a turnover and then give it right back with 4.7 left to go. To use the Olympic analogy, it's that time of year. She got a little out in front of her skis on that one.
She did.
And now a timeout taken by St. Francis. It is a 30. It is their final timeout with 4.7 left to go. Let's thank our friends at the Michaelis Corporation. From ground-up building projects to around-the-clock emergency security services, no one answers your prayers or the phones quicker than Michaelis. Call 844-FIX-INDY. All right, you see Coach Ridge drawing it up. Jan, what are you drawing up here for St. Francis?
Well, if you're St. Francis, they've hit the three really well. I do a high ball screen to try to get a quick three. If I'm Marian, I double immediately. There's so little clock for them to pass the ball. They're probably going to get maybe one good look, so I'm doubling the ball immediately defensively.
Amani Guy, 22, Ella Collier, 15. Malia Kunkel, 21 to lead St. Francis. Reagan Pate with 14.
Now, the good news here for Marian is this ball's way out high.
Guy providing that 6'4" wall in front of Crawford. Crawford
double.
Give it to Crawford down the lane. Crawford got fouled. Absolutely. Now, did she get fouled on the floor or on the way up?
Oh, I think that's the floor. This is the call of the game right here.
2 shots.
Oh, no. Oh, my.
So 2 free throws for Crawford.
Oh, that's not even close.
Now, again, Crawford is a 59% free throw shooter, but clearly Marian was trying to foul in that scenario before she got a shot off. So Crawford is 2 of 4 from the floor tonight, or from the free throw line. 59% on the season. Crawford got the roll. Like she paid her full tuition at Marian University. Marian does have a timeout remaining to potentially advance the ball here. Crawford to shoot one more. And gets the roll again. Now here comes the timeout for Marian. And if you're Coach Brooks, who has not been happy with the way this game has been officiated from start to finish, what you cannot do, despite understanding his frustrations, you got to make sure you give your team a chance to win it here, which now the ball is advanced into the front court, and Marian will have one play from the sidelines to try to find a good look to win this basketball game and keep a 20-game streak this season and a 39-game streak over 2 seasons alive in Crossroads League play.
Well, I just felt like they allowed St. Francis to get way too far downhill before they ever got the ball stopped. I felt like they needed to double immediately, and they elected not to do that. So, hey, you still got a shot. It's going to be a tough one, but hey, we've seen this before.
Obviously, Guy is the target on the low block.
This is the nice thing about college, is you get to advance the ball here.
Yep.
Give yourself a real shot.
And both teams are out of timeout, so it has to be here.
Well, you would think Collier here for sure, but they may not have a shot.
Guy, shot up, looked for contact, didn't get it, and St. Francis beats Marian tonight 65-64. So Marian falls for the first time in league play this season. St. Francis scores their biggest win of the year, and again, big picture. Not going to have this big of an impact in terms of Marian hosting a regional, in terms of Marian hosting the conference tournament here, but it plants that seed of doubt, plants that seed of possibility for all of the other teams in the Crossroads League.
Hey, you can't do anything here but give St. Francis a whole lot of credit. I thought from the very get-go, I'll say it again, when you made the comment on the very first play of the game, they set the tone and played off that the rest of the game. It was a weird game. It was ugly, quite honestly, for Marian most of the game. Let's give them some credit. They fought back through the ugliness, gave themselves a shot. End of the day, St. Francis pulled out, Greg.
St. Francis, these two teams could see each other again in the very near future here in this building in terms of the Crossroads League tournament. That'll do it for tonight's game from the P.E. Center at Marian. For Jan Bozier and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. 2 free throws by Crawford with 1.9 seconds left to go. Delivers the victory for the St. Francis Cougars. They survive 65-64. Thanks for joining us on ISC and Comcast 81.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. They've been in business over 35 years. I'm here with Joe Polizzi to talk emergency services. Now, Joe, when I set my house on fire with a toaster, you were actually in my yard before the firefighters left.
Well, Pat, I remember that call like it was yesterday, and although I was disappointed that it was yours, I was happy that I was going to be able to provide some assistance.
You know, this true story, a firefighter actually told me I needed to call someone for emergency services, kind of obvious, and I told him Michaelis was on the way. He said, great, because they're the real deal. Joe, now what do you do in these situations when you show up?
Well, we try to be a calming influence, and we try to find out what the needs are of the family. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody's desires are different. What we try to do is match what we could provide with what they need and do it very smoothly.
I've lived it. If you find yourself needing emergency restoration service in the wake of a fire, flood, or storm, give the Michaelis Corporation a call anytime, 24/7, 844